Hello and welcome to video number 2. We are going to start setting up our Shopify store. The main goal here is to create a store that is simple to set up, okay? And we want the store to make the customer feel safe and like they're making a good buying decision with us, okay? So I'm going to be showing you the easiest ways to do that with just a few basic things added on your page. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the basic setup here. One of the main things to make your customers feel good is we're going to put a phone number at the top, okay, or on your website somewhere. It doesn't have to be at the top, it can be at the bottom of your page. And then we're going to have a logo and of course the legal pages, and we're going to have some apps, okay. Now these apps are optional, but I highly recommend them, and there's actually one more here, and it's going to be called, we'll just call it order tracking. Okay, so this allows your customers to see that they can track their order from your website, so they're not worried that they're going to place an order and have no way of finding out anything about it. And these other two apps I'm not even going to talk about right now. We will talk about them when we get there. So the big things are, you want a logo to make your site look professional, you want a phone number, and you want to have order tracking and the About Us pages and the typical pages you always have, the About Us and the disclaimer and the privacy policy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with a phone number. And what I use for the phone number is Twilio. Okay, you can use your own phone number. I don't recommend putting your own personal home phone number on these websites. You never know who's going to get a hold of it, and the last thing you want is for your phone number to be spread across the internet. So I recommend Twilio. You can use any other service that you want. Maybe you have a favorite already. Personally, this is the one that I use, so that's why I'm recommending it. Okay, it's $1 a month for the phone number. And so what you want to do here is just go on over to Twilio and log in or sign up. If you don't have an account, just sign up for one. It's really simple. Just follow the steps. There's no issues or anything technical with signing up. So I'm going to pause the video here and log in real quick. Okay, now once you get inside, you will see a dashboard and you won't have any phone numbers. I have 2 phone numbers currently. But you want to click on phone numbers up here. If it's already selected, simply click on buy a number here, or go over right here where this button is at and click buy a number. And then just simply put the area. You can use any phone number you want. I just keep it simple. I live in Arizona, so I would just search for a 602 phone number. It's one of the area codes out here. So click search and then just click buy, pick a number. Now you will have to have money in your account. I think the minimum is $10 or $20. That will last you a very long time. It's $1 a month to rent the number, and then every phone call costs a few cents. So I don't think I've put $20 into this in months. Okay, so simply click buy on the phone number and then you'll be taken to a setup screen. Let me see here. Let me go to this phone number I just purchased for this example right here. So you'll come to a screen like this. Okay, the friendly name will have your phone number, and what you want to pay attention to is the request URL. Alright, this is what happens. This is the request URL tells Twilio what happens when someone dials this phone number. Okay, like I mentioned before, I personally send people to a voicemail, and then I can check the messages and I can return their phone call. So how do we do that? To set it up so the phone number goes to a voicemail, you want to put this URL in right here, and you can find this URL or this snippet of code rather below this video. Okay, now let me explain what this is. The only thing you need to change is where it says email equals. You'll put your own email there, and then under message you are going to put either leave it alone just like it is or add some text to it. I think there is a limit on the amount of text they will accept, but you're more than welcome to try to edit it. So right now what would happen if you called this phone number, it will ring and then it will immediately say, please leave a message, and give you a tone like a normal voicemail. If you leave a message, it will then email me the message that you left. It will transcribe it to text and email it to this email address, okay? And it will also give you a link to listen to the audio. So moving on, that is how you set up the Twilio phone number, and you're going to need that when you're setting up your site. Alright, let's get into setting up your, or rather creating your logo for your web page. Okay, now I'm going over these steps right now, but that doesn't mean you have to know what you're even selling yet. You might not even get the phone number or the logo and all this stuff even set up until you want to do your product research first. Okay, some people might already know what they want to go into, what niche they want to choose. Others might have no idea at all, so they don't know what kind of logo to get or what to name their Shopify store or any of that. So that's fine. I'm just going over them right now. You can always come back to these videos when you do know, after you've picked a product and a niche. Okay, so getting a logo makes our site look a lot more professional. You really don't want a site with just text up at the top. People like to see that the site has some work done to it and it had some care put behind how it looks. Okay, it just makes people feel like it's more of a legitimate website. Now, Fiverr is the easiest way to go about this. You can use lots of free apps to try to create your own logo, but for $5, sometimes $10 or $15, depending on what kind of logo you want, you can pay a designer to make you a really good looking logo. So if you're not familiar with Fiverr, just head on over to the website. It's fiverr.com and then type in logo design. What I like to do is look for the ones that have, or the sellers that are top rated. Okay, these little, well, they keep moving when I try to hold the mouse over it, but that little badge that's right here with the T is top seller. Okay, now you can see this one has 28,000 reviews, and not every single person that buys is going to leave a review. So these people have a lot of experience in designing these logos. Okay, so let's just click on this one. This one is $5 standard. And so what you're going to want to do is read what's in the basic package. Every seller gives you different things. But really all you have to do is select your logo, tell them what you want, tell them the color themes, and within, this one is 4 days, you'll have a logo back. Okay. Some take a day. I think there's some on here that'll do it in 1 day, and some will take longer. So make sure you're paying attention to how long designers take. See, this one's 2 days. You really don't want to pick one that takes 7 days or longer, because you'll be getting antsy while you're waiting to get your store up. So what I like to do is just kind of look through their logos that they show and pick one that I think would look good. Like this is a nice looking clean logo. But everyone, it's just up to your own preference. Okay, so that's how you get your logo created. Really simple, really quickly. Okay, let's get into setting up the actual store. Alright, so to do that you need to sign up for Shopify, and the first thing I'm going to show you how to set up is the legal pages, because those are the basic pages on everything. And I'll pick a theme and we will just go through setting up that theme. Okay, so let me head on over and open up a new tab here, and let's go to Shopify.com. Click on Get Started or Start Your Free Trial. They give you a 2-week free trial. Okay, let me put this email address in here, pick a password, and then the next step is to pick a store name. So I'm just going to pick something off the top of my head. We'll go with clothing. Let's say I'm building a clothing store. Okay, so I'll call this. Now you want to try to name this the actual name that you want, but I'm just doing this for an example. Okay, I don't want to make the URL too long, but you will actually use a domain name, so no one will even see this store name URL, but you still want to try to make it your actual name. But again, if you're not sure, just name it what you want, and you're going to pick a domain name later. So then click on create your store, and then it'll take us to this page. So I'm going to pause the video so you don't have to watch this, and I'm going to fill this out, hit next, and follow the process until I'm inside the Shopify store. Now, your store will not be live. The public cannot see this until you select a plan. And the plan that I recommend is the basic plan here. Something you need to make sure you do. This $9 plan does not come with an actual store. It just gives you these features. So you need to add an online store by clicking right there. And you'll notice now you have a little globe over here, little earth that says online store. Okay, so you'll need to select a theme, and we will get into that in a minute. First, I want to go back to the account setup. Let's show the payments really quick. When you sign up, whatever email you sign up with will be used as your PayPal email. If you have one that you already own and want to use, just go ahead and click edit and make those changes. Click on complete Shopify payments account setup right here, okay, and then just fill in this information, your banking information, and what this will do is it will allow you to accept credit cards so that people can pay with PayPal or their credit and debit card. Okay, so you definitely want to do that. Now let's go and get into choosing a theme and setting up your store. So right now we already have a phone number and we have the logo either being created or it's already created by this point, and we need to put the legal pages on. So let's go ahead and do that. Now under, I think it's actually under settings and checkout, and just scroll down to your refund, privacy, and terms of service statements. Okay, the great thing about Shopify is it'll do this for you. So just click generate, generate, and generate. Okay, and then click save. Now if you want to change your return policy, if you only want to give people 2 weeks or 7 days, you can change that right here. That's up to you, but everything is filled in for you. So just click save. Okay, and then it will save that. Now you want to copy these statements, all this text from each box, and create a page for it. Okay, so if you want to change your return policy, this is where you would do it. Maybe you only want to offer 7 days or 15 days, whatever. You can change that right in here. Okay, so just feel free to look over this information and change anything that you don't like in here. But if you like what you see, you're simply going to copy the text, and I'm going to open this. I should have opened that in a different page, but we'll just go to pages, and you want to create a new page by clicking add page, and we're going to call this refund policy. Paste that in there and click save. Okay, so you're going to do that for all 3 of your legal page items. Go back to checkout, scroll down, now go to privacy, and click back on your online store, pages, add new page, privacy policy, paste, save, and we just keep doing that. One more time. Let's call this TOS. Actually, you know what? I'll call this terms of service. It'll probably look better on the page. Click save, and now we are done with our legal pages. They are added to your store.